welcome back to another book review. I tried to come here early to beat the construction in hopes that they just wouldn't start super early. Hence we have weird lighting. Still no. It just all the time. Pretty much if the sun's remotely out, they are also there. So just again, probably don't have headphones because I don't know how much the mic is gonna pick up. And yeah, so anyways, let's talk about a book. So this is another one of the Pagan Portals. Itty bitty teeny tiny books. So this is Scrying, divination using crystals, mirrors, water, and fire. And again with names, I'm assuming it's maybe Lucya Starza. Could be totally wrong, but yeah, this one. So once again, the title does kind of just say it all. It is a book about scrying. It's just a very brief introduction coming in at a whopping 84 pages. So it's not a lot, but it goes over just the basics of, again, the title literally talks about crystals, mirrors, using various forms of water, so like tea and like having like a little cauldron or a bowl, and then gazing into fire. And then of course there's a couple other ones too, like trees and your eyelids and such. So I give this one a 3 out of 5 star. So to me this book was just okay. And honestly, as I was reading through it and coming up with my notes for this video, I was like, you know, I think I have finally found the measure of my 3 stars for the end of the year. Because if you don't know, at the end of the year I always talk about all of the books I read, and so I've decided my 3 stars categorized into 3 sections: the good, the bad, and the meh. And this is kind of in the meh category. Because like the information's okay, I just really wasn't like captivated by the writing. It was just meh about it. Like it wasn't that great. Honestly, I think Cunningham's book on divination was a bit better, and I mean, it is what it is. It's not bad, it's just also meh. One of the things that I did find kind of weird in this book is that there's like, you know, there's some things of like, you should never, ever, ever, ever use scrying for like financial advice or medical advice. And I'm like, I know legally you have to say that, but also I come to the point again of like, what is the point in your craft if you cannot use it for all areas of your life? Why is that? Why? Like, of course, don't base all of your assumptions on it, but if you're pulling cards and you're pulling runes and you're scrying and all of the things are telling you like, hey, maybe something's up with your gut, go to the doctor and figure it out and see if they could find something. Or for like finances, like again, if you're pulling cards, runes, you're scrying, doing the stuff, and it's saying to you like, hey, it's time to move on, maybe consider doing some journaling and be like, am I really feeling like stagnated in this job? Do I want to change industries completely or just different companies? Try and go for a different position where I'm at? Or like, do I need to change my perspective? I don't think it's a bad thing to like have some impact, but I get legally, maybe that's why they were like, we're just gonna not touch that. I don't know, that kind of bothered me. And then also there's just like this one sentence throwout of like, before you do any scrying, you need to go see a mental health professional and get that in order. And I'm like, but why? like what is the warning behind that? And it was never explained. Just make sure you're mentally fine. And like, I'm gonna be real, a lot of witches aren't. A lot of us have various mental illnesses. So it's like, are we never allowed to? Like, do I really have to get my doctor's permission before I'm allowed to look at a ball and be like, ooh, I think I see a flower? Like, is it really necessary? I can see for certain things, if you're getting into herbs, because they can interact with your medications. And, you know, like, I don't know why the warning was there. And without any like context of like, hey, if you are mentally unstable and have a hard time with a grasp on reality, you need to check with your healthcare team to find out if moving into this type of spirituality is an option or if it could trigger something. Just give me a reason why. But no, it's just another, it feels like just like a little caveat legal thing of like, nah, just don't sue us because you're crazy. Yes, it's kind of how it came across. The last thing that I didn't really love is how much the author was obsessed with Lord of the Rings. Like, I have not read those books, though I do have them thanks to hubby, but I did read The Hobbit, and I have seen parts of the movies. I liked The Hobbit better. But there's a scene apparently, a lot of us have heard it, where this one elf chick thing is like, it shows you the what has been, the what is, and what could be. And that was like her obsession throughout this entire book. And I'm like, why? Like, why are we so hyper focused on Lord of the Rings? Because to be honest, and Harry Potter. Harry Potter was brought up a lot too. And like, I get bringing in some things from pop culture, but also that's just why. It took a, and it's not a big book. So for the amount of times it was mentioned, it was a lot. And I just was kind of like, why? Why is that your example? Constantly, I swear every chapter, Lord of the Rings was mentioned to give context. And it's 84 pages. There's not a lot of chapters, there's not a lot of pages. How much of this book, percentage-wise, was filled with Lord of the Rings? Because, like, it feels like a lot with how small this book is. I just didn't like it. So I would recommend this book if you are new to wanting to get into scrying, but have a baseline knowledge foundation of witchcraft. Because it explains things so briefly and randomly. It's just like a little like, just so you're kind of on the same page-ish, of like ritual baths and circle casting and cleansing and how to use herbs and stuff, and also like your intuition, things that, you know, it kind of tells you about, but it's more of like a brief recap kind of a deal rather than actually explaining anything, because again, these books are so small, nothing's really explained. And so I do feel like you have to have some foundational work before you would pick this up and just wanting to dive specifically into this. So probably like an intermediate kind of a witch where you know some of the stuff and you're ready to get into specifics, like Scrying. So anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, I'm trying to post like at least 3 times a week. So depending on what tier, it'll always have at least 1 a week. And for the tippity top tier, y'all are getting like 3 to 5 uploads a week right now because I'm trying to get the audiobooks up. So I have a lot of stuff going on over there on Patreon if you want to check it out, always linked down below. And of course here on the main channel, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day. That way, as you interact, it lets the algorithm gods know you would like to see more books from me. Till next time, blessed be.